the iPad went under storage as I was finishing that part C off, so I will just run through it now, just finishing it off. So I think I was just saying that the move from 20 days to 34 days here might not have been a choice for the company. It could be a sign that the company has liquidity problems and it's finding it harder to pay its debts. Okay, so it could be a choice to get more credit out of our suppliers, or else it could be that we're struggling to actually pay them. So that's why it has nearly doubled between 2014 and 2017. The other thing I would say is, and you might remember this from budgeting questions, if you pay your debts quickly, so let's say in budgeting questions you might have had things like a 10% discount for paying in cash, or a 5% discount for paying within the first month. So if we've gone from taking 20 days to pay on average to 34 days, then we could be losing out on those discounts for prompt payment. So the company could be losing out on discounts for prompt payments. That would be another possible negative of that. So on the face of it, that appears to be a positive trend, but just, could be a sign of liquidity problems. We're unable to pay our debts as quick as we used to, or and then a related problem, then we could be losing out on prompt payment discounts. The last one then is the stock turnover. So again, this one we said was a negative trend. Okay. So stock turnover has gone down, and again it's year on year. It has gone down each year from 12 times in 2014 to 6 times in 2017. A negative trend. It's like the company is clearing out its stock room half as often. It's gone from 12 to 6. Company is clearing out or selling. One, 2, and 3 years. So from 14 to 17. So yeah, I mean, if that goes down slightly, maybe, yeah, but it's gone down quite a bit. So why would that be? So the company may be taking too long to sell its stock, leaving too much money, we often say, tied up in stock. So like if I spend maybe 20,000 euro on stock now and don't sell it for 6 months, that's 20 grand I don't have for 6 months. Like, it's a 20 grand outflow to buy the stock, but then I don't actually get the inflow of cash until that's sold. So if your stock is sitting there for ages, that's like money just sitting there in your warehouse. Okay, that's what stock is to you. You're going to sell it and get money for it. So it's kind of so if you have lots and lots of stock sitting there, if your stock is getting cleared out half as often, you're not converting that into cash as much. You're leaving it tied up in stock. Like businesses would, a lot of businesses now would aspire to holding as little stock as possible, as much as possible, buying the stuff in and selling it really quick. Like, anticipate what you're going to sell next week and only buy it in kind of at the last minute. That'd be kind of a big movement in business over the past number of years. So that would be a problem for this company, certainly. So now just, I suppose we've got, what I would say is a comprehensive enough answer there for 10 marks. We've got 3 kind of good big points there. So just make the recommendation. So having analysed the information above, what advice would you give them? So I did say that on the face of it, debtors and creditors seem to be positive, but on the debtors, there was still the concern that it was more than creditors. It was trending in the right direction, but still more than creditors. I'd like that to be flipped around. With creditors, there's the concern of what if it's not my choice that period of credit is increasing and missing out on discounts. But I would say the biggest concern I would have here is the stock turnover. Okay, so this is the stock turnover of the same company. So this is comparable year to year. This is not like comparing like a baker to a jeweler. This is the same company. These are comparable numbers, and it is halving in a short period of time. So based on that and the concerns I have about the other ones, I would probably say not purchase. Don't purchase the business. So acknowledge they're positive. So while there are some positives, it's not like maybe the part B of this question where pretty much everything was a negative. There was 1 or 2 bright spots, but most things were negative. This one is probably a bit more nuanced, a bit trickier. I could see how some people might even go the other way, and but I think as I said, overall, I would recommend not purchasing the business. So I would not recommend. And if you want to say, especially due to concerns with stock turnover, you could highlight that as your biggest issue. But I think we've done enough in what we've put down before. So that's the part C.